morning, class. Today we're going to learn about probability and chance. Okay? Do you know what probability means? Okay, that's a good try. Maybe you've never heard of the word before. Let's talk about probability. Okay? Probability. Okay? Let's pretend you're at a football game and the game's about to begin and the referee has a quarter in his hand. He's about to do the most important part of the game. He's about to do what? The coin toss, that's right. And that is probability. What are the chances that one team is going to win? Heads or tails, right? So they flip it in the air, and if it lands on heads, one team wins. If it lands on tails, the other team wins, correct? Okay, do you see it? Thank you. Right, so let's talk about what probability is. Probability is a measure of how likely it is for an event to happen. It's very likely that one of the two teams will either get heads or tails. Would you agree? Okay, absolutely. Because you only have two sides of the quarter, one or two. We name a probability with a number from 0 to 1. 0 means there is no chance in the world it's going to happen. 1 means it's definitely going to happen. Would you say that there is a 0 chance of heads or tails happening? No. There's a 1 chance because it's definitely going to happen. If the event is certain to happen, as I just said, then the probability of the event is 1. All right? It's not going to happen at all. It's 0. All right? Boom. Probability. Let's talk more about it. If it is uncertain whether an event will happen, then it's somewhere in the middle. It's not 0, it's not 1. Like you're uncertain. There's a chance that it might happen, but it might not happen. Like, will you eat a hamburger today? There's a chance it might happen. You don't know what you're going to eat at school. Sometimes they put the lunch menu up and it changes. You never know. So that fraction would be between 0 and 1. Okay? So, let's look at this. Answer these questions. The spinner is going to come up, and I want you to figure this out. What is the probability that the spinner will stop on part A? You know how to figure out probability? Okay. Look at A. How many times is A on this spinner? 1 time. Out of how many total pieces? 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's the probability? 1 out of 4. Now what's the probability that the spinner will stop on? Let's look at this. A, an even number, or B, an odd number. Let's look at the even number first. Okay, what are the even numbers on this spinner? 3. The even numbers on this spinner, remember the even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. 2. So what is it? 2. So what's the probability that an even number will appear? 1 out of 3. You take your number out of the total number of pieces, right? And what about an odd number here? What do you think? How many odd numbers do you have here? You have 1 and 3, right? So it's 2 out of 3. Do you understand that? Does that make sense to you? Okay, good. What fraction names the probability that the spinner will stop in the area marked A? The same thing, right? Okay, let's look at this. Here we have A, C, and B. So, how many times does A appear on this? 1 time. Out of how many total? 3. That's right. Very good. All right. So let's give you another slideshow right here. This one is all about probability and chance, okay? Let's talk some more about it. Chance line. To the left. Impossible. There is no way it's going to happen. Certain. It's definitely going to happen. But does everything work one way or the other? No, because you have unlikely, you have likely, and sometimes you have an even chance. And what's the even chance here? Heads or tails, right? You have an even chance of that, 50-50. All right, so what's the chance? What's the chance of getting an even number with one dice? Let's look at the dice here. How many even numbers do you have? You have 2, 4, 6. So what's the chance of getting that? How many? 3 out of how many total? 6. Very good. Good answer. What's the chance of getting a 2 with 2 dice? You have 2 dice here. Let's pretend we have 2 dice. How many times can you get 2? 2 times. Very good. Out of how many total? What's 6 plus 6? 12. So it's a 2 out of 12 chance. What's the chance of getting a 6 on this spinner? Look at it. How many 6s are there?
2.
1, 2. Out of how many?
4.
Well, 2 out of 5. Very good. You got the 2 right away. So it's a 2 out of 5 chance. Is it impossible? Is it certain?
Yeah, certain.
Is it certain that we're going to get 2 every time? No, it's gone in the middle, right? So we're going to get a 2 out of 5. What's the chance of getting an even number on this spinner? Look at the even numbers. How many even numbers we got?
2.
2 out of
4.
5. 2 out of 5. Okay? What's the chances of getting a 6 on this spinner?
There's 2 6s.
There's 2 6s. Very good. Out of how many total? 3 plus 3 is
6.
2 out of 6. Very good. You're understanding this. Okay. What is the probability that we're going to find a red ball in this bag?
There's 4 of them.
4. Very good. Out of how many? If we have 5 more, 4 plus 5 is
6.
9. Good try though. Okay. What's the probability that we're going to find a red square in this bag? So there's none, right? It's 0. So what does that mean? It's impossible to find a bag. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. So I have an activity for you to do here. I'm going to pull it up on here, and we're going to work it together. First, I want you, let me pull that up. Let me pull that up. All right. And I'm also going to pull this up so we can actually work on it together. You have this sheet on your page, and you're going to toss a coin in the air 15 times, okay? Every time the coin lands, you're going to record whether you get a head or tail. So look, let's do it together. I'm going to show you. Look, you just flip it in the air. Just flip it in the air. What did it land on there? So heads. That's right. So you put heads in the first blank. So what we're going to do is we're going to put heads together. All right? And I want you to do the same thing. Okay? Do it fifth. Just put an H.